G'day guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. Today we're starting things off over in the new area that we will be building up. As you can see, some of the plans have already started coming together. We've got a new road in this small little village here, and we've got a couple of plans for some pillars as well around the area. This little village will act as the mining town for the underground Dwarven kingdom, and will also act as the area for the people to stay who are working at the quarry. Unfortunately, in Dwarven culture, the dwarves are the only ones that are allowed to stay under the mountain in that kingdom. So this area here is for the people who might work there, the people who might work in the quarry, or traders coming through, all sorts of different people. But dwarves are still hospitable. They just don't want people staying in their area, which is fair enough. The other thing you might notice is that we've got some of the quarry dug out. And there's been a little bit of lore that's been created within this in two areas, actually. So right over here, we're planning on putting a meteorite in this area here. And that will be kind of what the dwarves have used to strengthen their power over the two volcanoes that we're going to be putting in. Because the volcanoes are going to be active, and it's not really a smart idea to build two kingdoms, well, a kingdom and a city at the bottom of an active volcano. So we've got to come up with a little bit of a story as to how the volcano is not erupting constantly. And then over in this area here is the start of the actual quarry itself. I would have liked to have made this a lot bigger, but we're just working with the area that we've got. I don't want to extend it too far over that way because we do want to put buildings in this area around here as well. So it's going to look it's cosmetic, but it's going to look very good, I think, in the end. Over this way, we've also cleared up all this mountain and started looking at the bridge area across to where the main gates are going to be. I've also done a bit of a cross-section of the mountain itself to see how far across we have to go that way. We still have to try and see how far it is from either side on that side, but it's actually not as bad as what I thought, so that's a pretty good thing. But we'll be visiting this a little bit later on in the episode. For now, we're going to head back over to the bee farm and try and get a time lapse of finishing that off completely with all the trees and all the pathways and everything like that. It's running pretty good for what we've got. I think I just need to breed up some more bees to get that the harvesting happening a lot quicker. But yeah, and then we'll come back over here and plan out where some of the new Dwarven style buildings are going to go. I've been playing around in creative and I've got a really nice design that I think is going to look really good for this area. So I'm excited about this. It's new projects are always exciting. So let's head over to this bee farm and see what we've got left to do. So as we said last episode, this is not going to be a big project. All I really need to do is put a path in, coming probably down from the portal over to that little bridge thing up the top there, and then another path going through the middle here. We've got some end rods that we're going to use as like little mushroom decorations, as well as the mushroom tops. So if we put that on top there, looks like a little mushroom. So we'll be placing those around the place, although that's probably not the best spot for it, for that one anyway. And then planting the birch tree forest around the edges, which probably will not get done today because we only have 42 saplings and I kind of want to get a nice edge around it. So that might be a long-term thing. But for the most part, we'll get the paths and the smaller decorations, the doors, the windows, everything else in as soon as we can. So now all I really need to think about is what pathway design I'm going to go for and start placing some blocks. So for this, we're going to jump into a third-person time-lapse and try and get this area here done. And then we'll jump across to the Dwarven area and continue on with the planning of that. All right, let's do it. Alright, so all we've got left on the bee farm is planting those trees around the edges. I was hoping to get majority of it done, but, you know, saplings. Sapling is just a hard thing to come by when you can't find your netherite hoe, because we've lost that apparently. But we'll get it back eventually once I find the shulker that we've put it in. But for now, we are going to come across here and we're going to be doing a little bit more to this area. So as you can see, there's a couple of cobblestone areas that we've placed up. And in the time lapse, you would have seen me ripping down some of the houses in this area. We've got one left behind us to do. And I think we're going to keep the cleric building. It's made out of stone and it kind of matches the build style that we'll be going for. So I'm happy to leave it there. We might do some things to that to just make it work in a little bit more with the builds that we're going for. But for now, it's just going to stay there. We will get rid of that one eventually. So for now, we're going to come across to this area here and we're going to be transforming a couple of these into the starts of our little Dwarven settlement houses that we're going to be building. I've been playing around in creative, like I said, and I've got a design that I really like for these houses. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be something different than what we've done before. And I hope you guys will enjoy this style of build. It's very different. But with that, let's get into it. Alright, so I've already mentioned that the dwarves live in the underground mountain area and they've adjusted their building style to that. So everything that they sort of build under that area is a specific way. Although this is an area for the outsiders, the dwarves have still built this town. That's the way I'm seeing it anyway. So how we're going to do this is, it's an interesting design, but majority of the houses in this settlement will be underground. That may sound a little bit weird, but it will make sense once we start building it. The general design is going to be somewhat similar of like a roof, and that roof is going to be the entrance to the house. And then underneath is where we're going to have the main part of the house that's dug underground. So if anyone has ever been to a place in Australia called Cooper Pedy, they do something similar where all the houses are underground. That's just because it's hot there and it's an easy way for cooling. Like it keeps it really well insulated. So I'm drawing a little bit of inspiration from that. Not too much, just the general idea anyway. We're going to have similar buildings on the inside of the mountain itself. So hopefully these do come out quite nice. So there's the frame of our building. I do want to strip some of these. So some of the houses will have stripped wood and some won't. You guys know I love my stripped wood. I just really like the texture of it. We've been using it a lot in a lot of builds, but like I said, it's just one of my favorite types of blocks at the moment. So you'll probably be seeing this throughout a lot of the builds coming up. And then for the roof itself, we're going to do some spruce stairs. So dark oak, like stripped dark oak logs and spruce stairs just match so well. The hardest part about this is getting all the stairs in the right position. It's quite easy to mess this part up and like do stuff like that. And it's just annoying to have to continuously get rid of it. And there we go. The top of the house is finished. Now we just have to put the walls in and the rest of the frame, which is also dark oak, but not the expensive blocks. Those four-sided bark blocks are really expensive. Now we can use our cobble wall to sort of, what's the word? Enclose the house. Is that the word I'm looking for? So just nice little, it almost looks like a little cottage. And then what the plan is when we go inside, this will all be dug up and made into stone. And there'll be a little stairway going down into the actual quarters, basically. So we'll have a little bedroom and a little living area, including kitchen, down for each thing. I want to up our interiors just a little bit and work on those. So we won't get the interiors done today. I want to get a whole bunch of these put up, different styles and whatnot, and start looking at the interiors probably next episode. I'm super happy with these. These have come out absolutely amazing. And as much as they are the same, they've got differences like the fronts, which I really like. So walking past them, it doesn't look like the exact same build each time. I plan on having different styles of these for different things. So we'll have like little taverns and whatnot. It'll be a similar design, but it'll just be a different style, maybe with a couple of extra bits on the roof, a little bit longer and whatnot, and obviously a extra dugout area underneath that will accommodate whatever we want to put in it. But for the most part, these are coming out really nice. I'm really happy with them. Let me know if you guys want a little bit of a tutorial on this style of build and maybe the inside as well, and I might be able to do something about that on YouTube. That would be really cool to try and do. Anyway, guys, that is all we have time for today. It's been a really good episode. I've had a lot of fun, and we are starting to get a move on with a lot of things. The projects over at the Thieves Guild are starting to come to a close, and we are working on a new area, which is always exciting, like I said earlier in the episode. So everyone, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully I see you in the next one. All right, guys. Bye for now.